Welcome to another episode of Talk Tonic. I'm sitting down with Garrett and Whitney from Dynamic. They provide point-of-sale hardware for all of the VARs out there in the world, both in retail and in restaurant, maybe a few other places as well.
Right. Yep.
But that's the place I live in. I got one question I've been dying to ask you guys, and the viewers may want to hear it. Why should I buy Dynamic if it costs more than the competitor?
So one of our big differentiators is our manufacturing facility. We customize everything for everybody. But that also brings in challenges when it comes to distribution, which is one of the things we talk about frequently, in that we customize everything in one SKU for any customer. And so what we do is you'll give us come in, you want one piece of our hardware, we'll add on every little piece that you want. We'll build it, customize it right in our factory and ship it out to you or drop ship to your customer.
Give me a real world example where a customer came and made an ask. What was the ask? What did you build?
I've got this one.
Yeah, okay.
So Giorgio Armani, that was a big one that they wanted the base to be a specific height. And what was out there, it was 3 inches too short. So basically we have a metal factory that we work with and we created one that was just 3 inches higher and that's how we won. It was something so simple, but they were adamant they wanted it to be a 3-inch higher base.
Interesting. So the customization isn't the screen size necessarily, and it could be maybe, but it's everything. So you have your standard products, right? You have your standard devices. We have some on the wall here. We have them out here, the 15-inch.
Yep.
But you offer the ability to go fully custom.
Yes, that's right.
Everything has the same base system. It's got memory, operating system, screen, hard drive. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, wait a minute. I want a certain payment device. We need a custom bracket for that. We'll get the custom bracket built. I want a certain height on the base. I want a certain printer. We will resell and install the printer ourselves. We'll buy that through the channel and then install it and put it in.
And we have a brilliant technical engineer who will basically 3D print, show the 3D print, does this look right? And then we'll go into production from there.
Are you willing to tell everyone his name so the other people can know who he is? No, I'm
Dennis.
kidding. Dennis. You can't get Dennis. He's happy where he is.
Absolutely
He's very happy. Wears shorts every day in the summer.
But it's true. One person can make a difference. Or the right person in the right seat can really change the experience of the product in your case. Let me ask even more specific and harder question. I know you do the customization, but I don't always need the customization.
Sure.
I just need the standard point of sale.
Right.
In that case, your product is still more expensive than most of the competitors. Why should I buy it?
So what we typically do is a lot of our clients, they want products that are super reliable and will last in their environment, in their enterprise for more than 3 to 5 years. During that time frame, they typically want the products to always be the same. And we will stock and inventory these products in the USA in our factory and customize again for them and hold that inventory here. So over the lifespan of the product in their enterprise, we will always be able to replace it with products that they purchased 3 to 4 years ago.
And we also bring in the components from Taiwan and do final manufacturing in the US.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. And we do custom white labeling for free. So one of the things that I love to tell people is we're all over the place, but you don't know it because we rarely have our name on our products.
I want to respond to that Taiwan comment because if you're bringing components in from Taiwan and you're assembling here, you still have to QA them. You have to ensure that all of the components came together and it works well to last that 3 to 5 years.
Right.
How are you doing that?
So we basically track DOA rates with our customers. Again, because they're assembled here, we can turn them around as quickly as possible and get them out to our customers. When they don't arrive, when they arrive as a DOA, they'll let us know and we can ship them out so we can track that information very easily. And our DOA rates are very low, less than 1%.
Less than 1% right now. What about your returns, your RMAs? What's those rates
very,
look like?
very low, less than 1%.
Less than 1%?
Yes.
And what's your warranty?
Warranty standard is 3 years.
Is there an option to do, you said standard?
You can extend that to 5 or longer.
Is that an affordable price, Whitney?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
For the 5-year warranty. You extend that warranty because you believe in the product or because you charge a lot for that warranty and it's a moneymaker?
It's actually a reasonable charge.
It
is not excessive because the product quality is excellent.
In comparison to what else, what others are doing in the market and their pricing, I think it's very reasonable.
It's very reasonable.
Well, that's why I asked, because ultimately, if you have a higher price point, the value has to be the longevity.
Sure.
And I know I personally am a fan of installing equipment that is going to lead to less support phone calls.
Absolutely.
Because the support phone calls are what frustrate the clients
Sure.
and are additional costs for us to service them.
Yeah.
Some business models make sense to put in equipment that's going to turn every 2 to 3 years. I once had a dealer I worked with who sold refurbished equipment, and his model was that. He was very little into payments at the time, and he really thought just refurbished equipment, selling it for $500 a pop, that wouldn't work with your equipment. So your ideal client is someone who wants to install equipment that will work well into the future and have very little downtime.
Yeah.
Correct. That's
Okay.
right. And typically, if there is a DOA, truly is an opportunity for us to show our service that we can provide to customers. Again, in the US, if you're bringing something from overseas, you may not get that fast turnaround time, but with us, it gives us an opportunity to support the customer quickly.
We have a great support team, and they're very responsive.
Yeah.
I've also heard that you guys are peaking right now. So we've talked about that your product is the higher price point, but what I've been hearing is Touch Dynamic is doing extremely well. Is that true?
It is very true. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
What are you contributing to that success?
Right now, we are in the process of developing our channel. The way we go to market is a little bit like the Wild West.
It is. Yeah.
And we are cleaning that up. That's one of the first things Whitney and I discussed when she came on board before me. If I don't know if you want to touch base on that.
That was the point of me coming in, was I wanted to work on our flow through the channel, because it was a little bit all over the place. Now we're seeing a lot of great progress. Our customers are feeling, more supported.
Specifically, what are some of the changes you guys are making?
So direct business versus channel business. I'm a big fan of channel business. And so we started moving some of our direct business to our distribution partners and making sure that they are holding stock it's all about stock.
That is an amazing change, because I've been buying Touch Dynamics for a long time. And the lead time, like when the razors came out, it took forever to get them. So you're moving into utilize the distribution to have the inventory available on demand.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Ooh, that's a big change.
It is a huge change, because our customers today, some of them, because we sell direct to some VARs, they treat us like a distributor. They expect to get it very quickly.
Absolutely.
Correct.
And we have not just that one customer, we have 50, 100, 500 have been selling to direct prior to when we came on board.
Right.
Lead times can start going out very far if we get an influx of orders. And as we've been growing, that's been happening, and it's been a challenge.
Especially when they're customized. It's not something that we just pull off the shelf and then we can, send. If it's very specifically customized, it's going to take a little bit longer. So to go ahead and have that in stock and distribution has been essential to our growth.
My team has really enjoyed the equipment you guys provided us for this booth. We do sell Touch Dynamic, but we sell through the channel, and we are agnostic. So we allow our partners to choose who their favorite is. And it's great to hear that you're working with distributors so that they can access that. Can you share who the distributors are today?
Absolutely. So right now we work with Met Sales, Blue Star, MS Castro, and ScanSource.
Okay, you went to all the major ones,
Yes.
from nothing to all of them.
Yeah, we've got great relationships with them. They were brought on before I was there, but we weren't really utilizing them to their full potential.
Correct.
And so that was a big focus for me, as I wanted to make sure that we have these distribution partners, but we're not leaning into distribution. It doesn't make sense.
So can a VAR come to you still to purchase?
They
can,
But they're going to wait.
They're going to wait.
Yeah.
And we are trying to and encouraging them to buy from distribution.
Yes.
So what are you going to do with your newfound time that you have?
There's plenty to do.
Like, we need a partner program. Whitney's supposed to be working on that.
Yes. I'm working on a partner. I'm working on a lot of things. There is no downtime.
Yeah.
Okay, there is no downtime.
No.
So in your vision then, the things you're working on, what's the experience going to be like for your partners? What are you looking to change? Instead of the steps, what's the vision?
I think one of our biggest struggles is lead times. And that is where we get, hit the most. I want to see a world where, we're able to lean into our distributors with so we do custom configurations, but so do some of our distribution partners. Lean into that, let them handle some of our custom configs, which will allow us to work on more projects and then to continue to grow and expand. We have great distribution partners. They've got such a great team and a lot of support. And to me, utilizing not only our team for support, but their team for support, giving our customers, the best experience all around. That is what my vision is.
I like that vision.
Thank you.
As you're talking, both of you are newer to the organization, so I imagine you talk to a lot of the customers, what they're looking for. What are they asking for that you guys aren't providing now? You solve the distribution and lead time. Is there anything else that
Your
you
registration.
Yes.
We do that today, but our pricing structure doesn't really allow for it to be done well. So you talked about free time. I'm working diligently on a whole new pricing model for our entire product line, which will include deal registration, which would then get dovetail right into her partner program.
Yes.
Okay. Can you explain that?
Yeah, basically, you're working with a large end user, and you come in and you work with us, and hey, this is going to be a couple thousand units. I want a special price to protect myself from it going out for bid, and someone coming in.
So your partners are able to inform you of the opportunities that they're working on through the deal registration.
That's exactly
Correct.
right.
Of that. Okay.
And then we will protect
so
them.
lead submission is my terminology to apply to that,
Okay.
right?
All right.
Yes.
Yep.
It makes sense both ways. It's just I hadn't heard his deal registration. So you're working on giving protections to your partners who are finding and bringing the opportunities so that those large companies who do like to go around cannot skirt around your trusted partner.
We grew based off of the smaller bars. That was how we grew.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we're getting involved with some of the larger ones, but we want to make sure that our smaller ones are also protected. They deserve that. They've been with us the whole time. They're the reason that we're still here. So we want to make sure that we do right by them.
Right. And to be clear, we do have a deal registration program today.
We do.
The protections are not very strong, and that's what we need to improve.
So that's something you're focusing on.
Absolutely.
We talked about the price point being what it is. Have you been asked for a good, better, and best? And are you considering that route? Because right now, most of your hardware falls into the best category.
Yeah, so we are. We've been asked for that, and we are absolutely going to start to do that and to differentiate our product line and to make sure we have offerings for low-end, somebody looking for entry-level, low-end products to high-end with high-end features.
And that's a commitment the organization is making that you guys are intended to see that all the way through?
Absolutely.
Yes. And we're already in that process a little bit. We do have a sort of a sample good, better, best right now. And what's really nice though is our good is still very good. You
I
still
imagine
the
you can't let it go too far
Right.
just because of who you guys are.
Yeah.
That's right.
But you're trying to respond to it.
Correct.
So you've been listening to your customers. You've been responding. I think the credit goes to the people who decided to bring you guys on board, not only for bringing you on board, but it sounds like they're listening to your ideas and changes.
Yeah, Craig, our CEO, is awesome. He totally listens. He's open to ideas. And what's great is he owns the company. There's no board, no private equity. It's Craig and us. We make a decision. We'll talk about it. And decisions made and we move forward quickly.
Craig is one of my favorite people.
Yeah, it's a great environment to work in. It truly is.
I've never felt so supported in my life. I mean, he is the best besides Garrett. He's the best boss I've ever had. So yes, the first day I came in, he immediately came to me with questions. How would you handle this? And I felt,
wow,
we're fully jumping in.
Immediately the CEO saying, hey,
what do you think about this? How would you like us to handle this? And all right, let's go. It's very, it's a very collaborative organization.
So what's the culture like then? I mean, you talked about from Craig, as you started working with everybody else in the organization, what's the culture like at Touch Dynamic?
So I think I can kind of sum up just the concept of our culture and one little story. So when I joined the organization, it was last year, right before RSPA, RetailNOW. So that was our first event together. I won Rising Star and was on the Women to Women Next Gen panel. It was my first time ever doing a panel. I was terrified. And I'm in a room with a bunch of people that I don't know. We're kind of getting to know each other. And I'm up on the panel stage and I'm terrified. And I look out and every single one of them, every single person that came to RetailNOW was standing back there supporting me and cheering me on. And they were so proud of me. I mean, these are strangers that, now we're working together. Craig, we feel supported by Craig, but each of us really try to support each other. And that was so clear in that moment that I made the right decision. I didn't ask them to come. They didn't have to come to the panel, but they each individually chose to all come and support me. And it was a moment that I sit with and remember all the time, especially, during the hard days. Because of course there's going to be hard days when you're making all these big changes, but
there's hard days without change.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
But we just have a fantastic team.
Yeah. Yeah. And anyone in the from the production floor, the warehouse, the office, I've had numerous individuals from the different locations just come in, pop into my office, and they're like, "Hey, I saw you drove a Jeep in today. Like, what year is it?" Like, they'll just start chatting with you about different things in your personal life versus business, and just helps to welcome you into the company versus everything is business oriented and head down and working all the time. Everyone's really open to talking about cool stuff.
Yes. And another thing, Rachel, our marketing director, she came on a little bit before I did. And one thing that I love that she implemented is the Nectar program.
Yeah.
Basically what it is, it's a points program. So you get a certain amount of points each month, and you can assign those to people who have done something that you feel is worthy of recognition.
Mm-hmm.
And so, all month, everyone's just sending each other points, telling them what a great job they're doing. And you take those points and you can redeem them for gift cards or
and
all
you
these.
only get those points if someone else recognizes you.
That's correct. Employee recognition.
And does the employees who give the points away have endless points to give away, or do they have a
No, we have a
pool?
budget for the month. And there's challenges every month, like book reading or running or walking, drinking water.
Yes. A big focus on taking care of yourself, mind, body.
Health-oriented. And if you do these tasks, you get points and you can cash it in for, different gift cards, et cetera.
So culture is important. I'm glad that Touch Dynamic, and I think ultimately that's why we support Touch Dynamic, and it's our partners' decisions of what they purchase, but we do advocate for the Touch Dynamic devices, and it's really been helpful in certain scenarios and I was familiar that you guys started doing the distribution through third parties and have it available because we experienced it, right? Before we became channel focused in 2022, we did do direct sales on our other product line, Versi POS, and the lead times were long. I mean, you really had to plan ahead for it. Yeah. So it's made a big difference for us. I just want to give that feedback.
Thank you.
No, I appreciate it. No, our growth has caused the lead times to be long, and we have tons of inventory, but with all of the orders coming in, it's challenged our operations team. Let's just put it that way.
Growth will do that. But you know what the customers care about? Not your problems.
That's right.
Exactly.
Oh my God, yeah.
And I want my equipment and the time frame. So your growth kind of becomes a deterrent to continue doing business with you.
Sure.
Which is why it sounds like you pivoted to the distribution model. So you can stock as much as possible.
Right. Absolutely. And that's, some of the feedback we've received from the people that don't necessarily want to go through distribution is, well, I'd rather just buy it directly from you. You're going to wait. You're going to have to deal with the lead time. So you have two options. You can go through distribution and get it immediately.
That's right.
Or you can wait. And it's up to you, but we would prefer you to just go through distribution.
Yeah. There's this multiplier effect that I actually talked about in the last episode, where that every hand something touches, it's getting multiplied because someone's looking to gain a profit. In this scenario, let's ask the question, is it a cost benefit to buy it from you directly, or is it the same price at Blue Star?
It would be the same price from Blue Star.
Yeah.
It's the same price. I was hoping for that answer because it's Touch Dynamics' decision to say, let's allow for a discount to provide a better distribution.
That's
have it readily
exactly right.
available when you need it. And our distribution partners will stock for us. Whenever we ask for them to do X, Y, and Z, they absolutely do it for us.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining me on the Talk Tonic. We are a big fan of you guys. I know I appreciate that as well. Thank you for your story. Tell Craig hi and look forward to seeing this air. Thank you for watching this episode of Talk Tonic. Sitting down with Garrett and Whitney helped me understand not only that is Touch Dynamic growing, but they're making the right choices to better support the VAR community, and we support the VAR community. So good choices. Kudos to you guys.
Thank you.
Look forward to watching you grow more.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.